He says the attainments we could come upon through our intelligence, through our intellect, are many. Firstly, we're able to understand that the Creator has unlimited wisdom. Kayom, He exists, Echod, He's one, Kadmon, He's always been, Yochol, capable, Lo Yuchili Hazman, Lo Mokom. He says He transcends time and space, even though Yechaleya doesn't mean that. He will not be consumed by time, over time. Nalim imidus abruim, He's exalted over all the characteristics of anything in creation. Hisrome machshavos hanimtzoim, He's exalted over any understanding of whatever exists. Rachum v'chanun, He's merciful, He's gracious. Umeitiv, and does good. Lo yidma el dover, lo yizdam elov dover. He cannot be compared to anything, nothing compared to Him. These are the fundamentals of the tenets of belief. Even the areas that we understand, the areas of wisdom, the ability, the rachmim, which exist in the world, and proper service, which is appropriate for Him, because of the goodness, all-encompassing goodness and uniqueness. And through our intellect, we see the truthfulness in Torah Elokim and Nemona, which is authentic. Hanusul Moshe Nevi'o Olav HaSholom. Yeah. Yeah. It's interesting. Because through our intellect, we see the truthfulness and the depth and the value of Torah Hashem Ne'emonah. Today you find just the contrary. The more sophisticated person is intellectually, he becomes a free thinker. Right? I mean, the Enlightened movement. Right? They said, look, we're not bound. There are no boundaries in terms of intellect. We could go wherever we choose to go. Intellectually. We see it as something which is backward, archaic. It's holding us back. Right? And that was the source of the Enlightened movement, Reform movement, whatever it is. You know, we respect the Bible. The Bible's holy, but it's there. It's there, we're here. But man's endowed with tremendous intellect, so why don't they appreciate and esteem and value and revere the text in terms to integrate into their lives? What went wrong? Right? What went wrong? So you say, look, a person has a Yitzhar. A person has an inclination. We want many other things. And there's a little bit of a contradiction. We want to do what we want, and Torah says do differently. So therefore, we justify another type of lifestyle. But what is it really about? And you see it. You see it continuously. As good as a rabbi is in a community, as good as he is, if he's not, what I say, a profound Talmud Chacham, and a person is able to communicate the understanding and the value of what he knows, it's a closed book. It's a closed book. You could be a pulpit rabbi, you could be a pastoral rabbi, you could be an intellectual, but if you don't really understand what Chazal tell us, you can't communicate it. People have many questions. What is the problem when you have a question? Because very often the question becomes the answer. The question becomes the answer because they don't have the right answer. And they come up with some reason which is not an appropriate answer. It's almost a disrespectful answer. You know, people say, it's nothing perfect. The relation with Yitzchak and Rivka, you think it was a perfect spousal relationship? Seemingly, this is off the pulpit. I'm going back 30 years ago in Manhattan. It was dysfunctional. Because you see, Rivka knew the truth and she kept it from Yitzchak. In terms of who her son really was, she knew all this kind of stuff. You know, Yaakov, underhandedly, continuously, he connived his father. How could you respect this? So how do you have to communicate this, and you have to revere it. We value our pedigree. The Ovos HaKadoshim, right? And we have the questions, but people don't think of the questions. Every day we pray for Zochech the Ovos, but if they were so deficient and so failing and lagging so badly in many things, what Zochech the Ovos? Remember the Chasdei Ovos. We're talking about thousands a year. We're still drawing on their account. So evidently, there's a problem here. Evidently, something doesn't make any sense. Because, as I said, but at funerals, there's no rabbi like him. You understand? Yiddishkeit is not ready to be buried. You understand? It's a living Judaism. You have to know. So you have to be Talmidei Chachamim. So that's it. If you have the understanding, it says Ki Chochmaschem Binas Kolini Amim. It says, if you understand the Torah, it's our wisdom and our understanding in the eyes of the people, in the eyes of the nations. The nations revere us because of our Torah knowledge. But you have to be able to what? You have to be able to present it properly. And you have to articulate it properly. And you have to actualize it properly. Otherwise, it's what? It becomes a mockery. And that's what it's become. To be continued.